So the geometric sequence is a list of number and the terms generated by what? By multiplying each term by a constant number. Multiplying each term by a constant what? Number. For example, 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on. You will notice that each time I multiplied by what? Multiplied by 2 to obtain what? To obtain the next what? The next term. So multiplied by 2, multiplied by what? Multiplied by 2. So this term is the first term like the arithmetic sequence, so no difference. So this is the first term, A1, and this is the second term, A2, and this is A3, and so on. If you multiply by a number greater than 1, so the sequence will be increased. If you multiply it by a fraction or a proper fraction, so you will notice that the sequence will be what? Will be decreased. This number, which is 2, its name is what? Its name is common ratio. Common what? Common ratio. And we denoted this number by letter what? Letter R, like this, R. So R is what? Is the common ratio. So you will notice that the main important terms in this sequence is the first term, because we start by it, and also the common ratio, because we use the common ratio to what? To generate what? The other terms. Okay. So we obtain the common ratio by dividing any consecutive term, any consecutive what? Terms. It gives you what? Give you the common ratio. So if you divide 4 divided by 2, or 8 divided by 4, or 16 divided by 4, so any two consecutive terms, divide them, you will got what? You will got the common ratio. But we divide second term by the first, third by the second, fourth by the third, and so on like this. Okay. In this example, we wanted to find the common ratio and the next three what? The next three term of the geometric sequence. So the common ratio is very easy, as I mentioned. So you can divide what? We can divide A2 over A1. So this is A2 and this is A1. So it will be A2 divided by what? A1. So in arithmetic sequence, we obtain the common difference by subtracting. Because of this, we name it common difference, because we obtained it by what? By subtracting. But in this one, we obtain the common ratio by dividing. By what? Dividing. So it will be -2 over what? Over 8. So the answer will be -1 over what? -1 over 4. That means this number, use it to what? To find any terms in the sequence. So we wanted to find the next three terms. Just multiply this number by what? By the common ratio. You will get what? You will get the next three terms. So the last term in this sequence was 1 over 2. So we will multiply this by -1 over 4. So it will be -1 over what? -1 over 8. Then, so this is the first term. So we multiply again by -1 over 4. So the answer will be 1 over 32 multiplied by -1 over 4 will be -1 over 128. So this is the next three terms. And you will notice also if the common ratio is a negative number, so the sign of the terms will be alternate between positive and negative. So it will be positive, negative, and so on like this. If the common ratio is what? Is negative. So any question? The next question, we wanted to find what?
Mister, I have a question.
Yeah.
So for different sequences, are they going to tell us that this is a geometric sequence and this is an arithmetic
So
sequence, or do we just have to figure it out?
no, I think he will give you like this one. Find the common ratio for the geometric sequence like this. He will describe it. Okay.
Okay.
So in this question, we wanted to find the common ratio for the geometric sequence. So we can find the common ratio if a consecutive term is given. But what if a non-consecutive term given like this one? And we wanted to find what the common ratio, the common what ratio. We have a rule for this. So if you have AM and AN, and they are non-consecutive what? Non-consecutive term. That means the common ratio R will be equals root AM over AN, and the index of the root will be the difference between the orders of the two terms, M minus M. As N minus M. So M minus what? M minus N like this. This is the index of what? The index of the root. So equals. And so the common ratio, we can obtain the common ratio if a non-consecutive terms are given like this. So by dividing them, and the index of the root is the difference between their order. For example, this one, we wanted to find what? We wanted to find the common ratio for this one. Okay, so A3 and A6 are given, and they are not consecutive, non-consecutive what terms. So in this case, R will be equals root A6 over A3, and the index of the root is the difference between their order. So 6 minus what? 6 minus 3. That means cubed root of A6, in this case, which is 187.5, divided by 12. So when one of you has the calculator, just calculate it and give me the answer.
2.5.
So will be 2 point what? 2.5. So this is the common one. This is the common ratio. So please copy this in your notebook. Copy this formula in your notebook, this part. Okay, finished? Okay, we'll move on. Now we'll take what the nth term or general term or the explicit formula for the geometric sequence. So this is the nth term. An equals a1 r raised to power n minus 1. And you know that we use this formula to find any term in the arithmetic what? In the arithmetic sequence. So an equals a1 r power n minus 1. Also, before we start solve the question, I wanted to show you how to write any term in a shortcut way. For example, A1, A2, not A1, A2 is A1R, A1R like this. And A2, A3 will be A1 R power 2. A4 so A4 will be equals A1 R power 3, A5 A1 R power what? R power 4. So if you discover the relation between the power and the order of the required number, so you will notice that the power of R is always less than 1, the order of the required number. So if I write A45 like this, 45, so if I wanted to write it, so it will be A1 R power 44. A80, for example, A80, the 80th term, that will be A1 R power 70 what? Power 79. So this is how to write any term in a shortcut what way. Okay, you know that we can write what? We can write the geometric sequence in explicit formula or nth term, like this one. Or we can write it as explicit what? Explicit or as a recursive what? Recursive formula. So let's take example. We wanted to find what we wanted to find the 27th term of the geometric sequence 189, 151.2. So before this one, I wanted to use this example to find what, to show you how to write the explicit formula and what. So let me take this part. For this question. Like this. What if I wanted to write the explicit formula and the recursive formula for what? For this sequence. Okay. So we need first to find A1, which is what? 189. Then we wanted to find the common difference, which is R. So we will divide 151.2 divided by what? 189. So what is the answer? 151.2.
0.8.
0.8. Very good. So this is R. So now we will start writing what the explicit formula or the nth term. So an equals a1 r raised to power n minus 1. Then we will substitute by a1 and r. So it will be a1, which is 189, multiplied by r, which is 0.8, raised to power n minus 1. So this is what? This is the explicit formula. This is the explicit what? Explicit formula. Now, what about the recursive formula? The recursive formula will be written like this. Number one, write the first term, a1, which is 108. Number two, we write a. This is the formula, guys. An equals r multiplied by an minus 1 and n greater than or equals to, like this. So just like this, write a1, substitute in this what? Substitute in this formula. So this is a recursive what? This is a recursive formula. So it will be like this. A1 equals 189, 89, I'm sorry, 89. And an equals what is R? 0.8 multiplied by A n minus 1 and n greater than or equals to like this. So this is the recursive what? Recursive formula. The last line. So this is the recursive formula. A1, so it's complete. It's written like this, writing A1, then the relation between two consecutive term, AN and AN minus 1. So we multiply the previous by what? By 0.8 to get the next what? To get the next term. So any question? Now let's go to our question here. We wanted to find the A 28th term. That means we wanted to find A 27. We wanted to find what? A 27. You know that A 27, if you write it in a shortcut way, as we know here, like this way, okay? So it will be like this. A1 multiplied by R raised to power, subtract 1 from the order of the term, power 21, 26. So A1 in this sequence will be 189. And the common ratio is 0. What? 0.8 from the previous question. So it will be like this. It will be A1 189 multiplied by 0.8 raised to power what? Power 26. So one of you calculate this.
Zero 0.57.
0.557. That's right, like this.
Yes.
Okay, so approximately equals what? This number. So you notice that if you look to the sequence, so you will notice that it is what? It is decreased. It is what? Decreased. Why it's decreased? Because the common ratio is less than what? Less than 1. So if the common ratio less than 1, you will notice that the common ratio, or a fraction, not less than 1, a fraction between what? Between 0 and 1. Like this. R, if R is, the absolute value of R is less than 1, so that means it will be what? It will be decreased. The sequence will be what? Decreased. The value of it decreases each time. Okay, here's the next question. We wanted to find A12. We wanted to find what? A12. And A3 is given and R is given. So as I told you, my key point or my key term or my master terms in any sequence is A1 and R. A1 and what? R. Before think to solve any question, you must make sure that these two are what? Are given. If not, so you must find them first. Okay? So you can't find A12 without A1. You can't find A12 without R. In this question, R is given. R is what? R is given. So A3, I can't use A3 to find what? A12, but I can use A3 to find what? To find A1. This is my purpose. So I wanted to find A1. So A3, you know that A3 equals A1 R power 2. A1 R power what? R power 2. Always the power is less than the order of the number by 1. Now substitute by the values you know. So A3 is 32. So 32 equals A1, it is required, multiplied by R squared, R is negative 4 power 2. So it will be like this, 16 A1 equals what? Equals 32. Divide by 16. That means A1 equals what? 32 divided by 16 will be 2. Now, after knowing A1 and R, you can solve anything. You can find any requirement in what? In arithmetic what sequence. So he wanted to find what? A12. Wanted to find what? A12. So A12 will be equals A1 R power what? R power 11. Just substitute equals A1, which is 2, R, which is negative 4, power what? Power 11. So give me the answer, please.
Negative 8,388,608.
بالراحة عندي شوية كده أنا بكتب وراك ها. نيجاتيف وات 8
Negative 8,388,608.
So this is what? This is the A12, the 12, A12 what term? The 12 is what? 12 is term. Well, so we noticed that the geometric sequence increased rapidly, more than what? More than the arithmetic sequence, because in geometric we increase by multiply. So we make what? It's make there are a jump between term and the next what? A next term. Okay. So it's increased rapidly, more than what? More than the arithmetic sequence, because arithmetic sequence increased by adding, but this one increased by what? By multiplying. Okay, any question? So geometric mean. So like in arithmetic sequence, any terms between this is arithmetic sequence 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the terms between any two terms in arithmetic sequence, their name is what? Arithmetic mean. Arithmetic what? Arithmetic mean. Also in geometric sequence, geometric what? Sequence. So any terms between non-successive or non-consecutive terms are known as what? Geometric mean. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on. So this is a geometric sequence. So these terms, which included between 64 and 2, so they are what? Geometric mean. They are geometric what? Geometric mean. Also here, he will ask you to what? To insert a geometric mean between what? Between two terms, like we studied what? Like we studied in arithmetic sequence, but in this case we deal with geometric sequence, so we wanted to insert geometric what? Geometric mean. How many geometric means? 2. We wanted to insert what? 2. That means 480 will be the first term, then we will insert 2, and the last term will be what? The last term will be negative 7 point what? 7.5, like this. Okay. So in this case, this number will represent A1 of the arithmetic sequence. This is A2, A3, and this one will be represent A4. Represent what? Okay, so this one will be represent A4. Okay, so you know that how to find what? To form the sequence, arithmetic sequence, or geometric sequence, all you need to do is knowing what the common difference with arithmetic sequence and the common ratio is what geometric sequence. I need to find what? I need to find the common difference, the common ratio in this case. Common what? Common ratio, which is what? R. So R, if non-consecutive term are given, so it will be A4 over A1, and the index of the root will be the difference between their order. 4 minus 1 will be what? Will be 3. So it will be cubed root of negative 7.5 over 400 and what? 408. So we wanted to find this. حد يحسب لنا دي يا جماعة؟
Negative 0.25.
0.25. So that's it. So now I found what? I find the common ratio. So it's easily now to what? To find the or fill the gaps to know what's the answer. So multiply this by negative 0.25 or multiply it by 4. You will get what? You will get this answer. So let me multiply it. حد عملنا بالكالكوليتر يا شباب كده؟ عملنا ده multiply.
Negative 120.
120. Okay, and negative. Also multiplied by the 0.25. I think it will be 30. 30, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it. So this is what, this is the two geometric means inserted between 480 and negative 7.8. The question now, what if one of you reverse it, right, like this, negative 7.5 here, and 480 here. So is there a difference? Does that make a difference? No. So the difference here in this case will be the common ratio will be changed, because in this case, this sequence is what? This sequence is increased. You will notice it's increased because I start by the greater and end by what? End by the smaller. So in this one, in this case, you will notice that the common ratio will be a fraction, will be what? A fraction, because it's increased. If you reverse it, start by what? Start by negative 7.5 like this. So the answer will be, instead of this, the common ratio, you will just what? This one will go up and this one will be go down. The answer will be negative 4 instead of what? Instead of 0, negative 0.25. And if you keep going multiplying, if you multiply negative 4 by this number, give you 30. If you multiply 30 by negative 4, so it will be negative 120. In both cases, the geometric mean are the same, 30 and negative 120 like this. Okay? Any question?